Issue with this, I find this playing of party politics with the issues quite irritating, and I think this idea of, for instance, laying the blame completely at Labour's door for the size of the deficit, as if the worldwide economic recession that's going on is a sheer coincidence, it's naive at best and misleading at worst. Labour have made a lot of mistakes, but I think the main mistakes that Labour made is that they acted too like the Tories. You know, I mean, they allowed greed to run rife through the city. They had too little regulation, and for the Tories to then say, "Oh, we'd have done it differently." Oh yeah, because you're known for keeping a cap on the city. Is not. I mean, the fact that you bailed out banks and then didn't make them pass the money on to us is the reason that we're still in recession.
Let's hear from more members of the audience. You, sir, and then I'll come to you up there. Yes.
To go back to Michael Forsyth, he says that there's no, without the Union, there's no alternative. But that's not the point. The point is Scotland is within the Union, and the question was, do you have a mandate? So because we're in the Union, you have to respect that and acknowledge that Scotland should be considered within that Union. Instead, the Conservatives ignore Scotland because they can afford to get elected in England, and therefore there isn't a respect agenda going on, and they continue to ignore Scotland.
No, I think that's wrong. I mean, actually, I don't want to embarrass Nicola, but I mean, I have supported the SNP in their view that, you know, they should have a referendum on whether or not Scotland wishes to remain part of the Union. I mean, I happen to believe that it's in Scotland's interest, and indeed in England's interest, for us to remain part of the Union. The mandate argument, I mean, it's true that the Tories got quite a small share of the vote, 16.7%, but actually the Liberals and the SNP only got a few percent more. So, and nobody goes around arguing that they haven't got a mandate at whatever level of government they're serving.
Okay. Mandate to raise VAT. You stood on a platform of saying you wouldn't raise VAT and asked people to vote for you and not the Tories because you feared the Tories would raise VAT.
I'll make one concession to you, Douglas. When we were worrying about what the gap and the potential Conservative spending plans were, we should really have been paying more attention to your spending plans, because the truth of it is there's a higher structural deficit, a higher permanent hole in the public finances that we have inherited in office as a result of your plans.
The VAT point is what he raised. We
have a choice. And there are a lot of hard choices. There's absolutely nobody who wants to put VAT up, but the choice is between putting that tax up or cutting other public services, which we're not prepared to do.
Okay, the woman there in the fourth row.
Hi.